Smash.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Smashcast, aka the Giant and the Dwarf. I'm the Giant.
And I'm not the dwarf. I don't want to be the dwarf.
Fine, I'm Stevie.
And I'm PB.
Our guest today is a rather unhinged author who really has a handle on things, and doors have certainly opened for her, leading many to believe she was blessed by Zeus, probably. Reading her works may cause you to break out into a cold sweat or develop a love of scarecrows, but hey, seed. So push in your favorite cushion, wipe off your door handles, blow up your balloons, and please welcome the author of Unhinged and other bangable object books, Vera Valentine.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you for being here. So, she has no idea who we are, Steve. Which is concerning.
A little bit.
The planets aligned. Zeus was involved somehow, and we are here now together. Actually, I reached out to you because we read your book about the door, Unhinged, and surprisingly, we both liked it, and we wanted to talk to the author. So my first question to you is, why? Why did you do this?
I get this a lot. I was raised on Monty Python, and I love absurdist humor, and I love stupid literal humor. I actually hate puns, so the whole intro was basically nails on a chalkboard, but it's okay. We're cool.
I've never had anybody hate my intros, but this is the first. And it's humbling. Let's start over. Hi, I'm Stevie.
Yeah, Steven, let's restart the whole episode.
Welcome a new author. Here we go. That's the new intro.
I wrote it because people at the time, the book world arguments tend to be circular. About every year we hear the same things get trotted out, are audiobooks really reading? They are, over and over and over again. And people are talking about closed door versus open door romance. And I like dumb jokes. So I was like, I'm just going to write door romance. I'm going to split the difference.
That's a pun. You punned your way into those. No, you say you hate puns and you did a pun.
There's a difference. There's a difference between wordplay and puns. This is the hill I'll die on.
Okay.
I consider it wordplay. I like literal humor. So I always equate my writing process to that. Is it? Ooh, I'm really bad with movies. The one where they had to where they went up into space and they came back, but they were having trouble. So my brain keeps wanting to say Ocean's 11.
Apollo 11? Apollo 13.
Maybe
Apollo
that's
13.
it.
Apollo
Not
13?
the one that blew up. The other one, the one they did the movie about, when they're in the room trying to figure out how to get them home, and they dump that bucket of component parts that they would have up in the station. They say, okay, think tank, everybody figure out how that's my writing process. I say, okay, I need to get from A to B. How do I get from A to B? I have this stupid idea and I want to make a book. So so I just sat down and I said, how is the door going to be sentient? How is she going to sleep with the door? I mean, I feel like it's, if you look at a door and you say, gun to your head, I'm allowed to curse, right?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, go for it.
Probably should have asked that beforehand.
This is a family show here.
Yeah, it's clearly we had you on here expecting it to be PG the whole time.
Yeah,
Children, this is children's favorite show. This is a Disney Channel exclusive.
I like to ask, if you have a gun to your head and you have to fuck a door, to me, it's obvious, at least as a woman, how that's going to happen. I mean, just component wise. And so many people are like, oh my God, what about splinters? I was like, why is wood getting involved? Wood shouldn't be getting involved. I don't know how you're going at this door, but just as a metaphorical exercise, there's a protrusion. I mean, it felt pretty straightforward to me, but there's I have discovered people have a lot of questions that I did not expect people to have. The number one question, and I'm not even kidding you, more than anything else about this book, when people find out he turns from a door into a man, every single thread about it, it's always like, well, what happens to her door? Is it just not there? And I'm just like, and I don't know. It's not a stupid question. It's an interesting question, but the amount I hear it always surprised me. But then they want everybody to break down the entire plot of the book. And I was like, guys, it's 70 pages, please.
Yeah.
It's not Lord of the Rings.
It's a glorified pamphlet. I'm cool with people talking out the plot, but they want like every question. I was like, it's 70 pages. Go for the acid trip, have fun. But
Yeah, because if you start trying to break down every part of the book, you're just going to explain the entire book. So
yeah, and it takes that takes the fun out of it. I don't,
No,
I
yeah,
think it's just fun
agree.
to go through.
Surprisingly, I felt like you tied all the knots the best you could with the book. Like you described everything that I needed peace about. How is he going to have money in this world? And at the end, you're like, oh, he gets a free wallet from Zeus or whatever. Spoiler alert for the 70 pages. But yeah, you tied up all the little knots. Squamer had questions about that before he finished it. How is he going to be a citizen in this country now? And then you always get a green card. all the things that you needed.
I had another person talk about the book, and she's a very big influencer, and I think her handle is Fish. She goes by, or excuse me, they go by Fish, and
just Fish.
I think it's just at Fish, and I forget which platform. I'm very bad at remembering things, but they were talking about the book, and they did like a 3-part series. That was back when the book first went, because it's been out a couple of years now, and they were like freaking out at the end of the first segment. They're like, this is ridiculous, this can't happen, he doesn't have a social security number. And I'm like, because
don't you
I
worry,
had written it, and I knew, and I was like
there.
I felt like, being an 80s kid again, eating the breakfast cereal as it was being advertised on TV. I'm like, I got that.
Yeah, and I mean, that was some of the, because that, when we talked about, and as I was telling you beforehand, literally today I talked about this book to someone at a bookstore. Because what happens usually, now my new experience of this is that, so I'll usually have one person come speak to me, and then there's a line behind them, but all those people are eavesdropping. So one girl came up to me and was like, so the door romance. And then someone was like, what kind of door romance? Like closed door? And I was like, no, literal door. And she's like, and then the girl behind her was like, what, does she fuck the door? And I was like, she does in fact fuck the door. And then that led to like a 5-person conversation. And then one of them was like, that sounds like a ridiculous book. I was like, it is, but I really loved it. So, and they were like, does it take itself seriously? I was like, I don't think it's possible to take yourself seriously when you're banging doors that become sentient.
I feel like if you would have tried to make it some sort of philosophical work, it would have lost its edge. But like you knew what you were doing going into it, and that made it even more likable.
Yeah,
I'm not Kafka, I'm not going to. I mean, I put in like a nod to the pink tax because I've got a platform and I'm gonna let people know, hey, this exists. Somebody actually cited that as proof that AI wrote my book, which I thought was hilarious. Because I had mentioned the pink tax, and they're like, "Oh, this is clearly ChatGPT," and I was like, "Is it? Is ChatGPT feminist? Is that how we figure it out?"
It's very woke.
You can't if you laugh at your own jokes too much. If I do behind the computer, but you've got to have that kind of stoic, straightforward, because I think that's what makes it funny. That's what Chuck Tingle does. He has these absolutely ridiculous premises that he takes, at least on paper, kind of seriously, and as long as you're not cracking yourself up every 2 seconds on the page, it's entertaining to read because that gives people room to laugh when they're reading it. That's the way I figure.
I think Bryn Weaver referenced Chuck Tingle when we interviewed her. That sounds familiar.
She's amazing. Yeah, Chuck Tingle, that's my third cousin. He is kind of the...
well, you're related? Like, is that just a new phrase?
Like, distantly.
Oh, gotcha.
It's... he started the whole sentient thing. I call myself sort of at the forefront of like the second wave. I definitely did not invent it. But he was blazing a trail for the rest of us well before I ever got into the game. And I feel like Unhinged was really what landed it back on people's radar, but Squeak and Squeal, I have 2 books about balloon animal men that are Omegaverse.
I didn't know that it was an Omegaverse. I knew that we knew that the book existed. That's new info, because we went through the list. Yeah. We pulled up when we talked about the book. We pulled up your website and we were going through the books. So I don't know if I could do Squeak. Just the sound alone like thinking about the sound makes me cringe. I don't think I could do a whole book of it, so I don't know, but I might have to.
My kids got balloon animals this morning.
Oh no!
Were you sitting there thinking about this?
Actually, I wasn't, but now they're in the living room.
Now I've ruined
I will
everything.
pop them as soon as this is over.
Steven's like, nope.
No balloon
more.
animals in this house.
There
I know
is an
what they
audiobook.
become.
But we're myself and the narrator. I got done dirty by a distribution company. And basically they just took my files and didn't pay me for 2 years and took all the money. But now
geez.
I have my files back. Yeah, no. I have my files back, so my narrator and I are working to get it back on Audible. And that was when I knew my career was just taking a hard left turn, because I had to have a professional meeting on Zoom with her like this, and we had to go through different balloon noises to figure out what she was going to put in the sex scene. And I was like, all right, this is what I do for a living.
That's
That's a
certainly
real
something.
meeting that will gain
Was
money.
did you think when you were growing up that was going to be your career of choice? Like,
No. And I, because I love the audiobook community. I think they're wonderful. I would love to have all of my books in audiobook, and I'm sure, as you two know, it's very, very expensive. Otherwise, I'd have all my books on audiobook. And I refuse to use AI because I'm human voices only. But I got picked up for Cold Sweat. Podium came to me, audiobook company, and they said, "Hey, we want to do Cold Sweat." And I'm like, "Are you sure? You know who I am? You know what this is? You really want to do this?" And I had to listen to auditions of men with beautiful professional voices faking a Kool-Aid Man orgasm, and I was like, I had to stop and like stare at the wall for like 5 minutes before I could just. I was like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I here? And the guy I chose, Anthony Palmini.
Anthony Palmini is the voice actor for this?
No,
Oh, man. This
he's
is
the voice
news
of
to
Red.
me.
And Cassandra Metcalf was my FMC, Jules, and she and I had, we were friends on like socials. So she was an easy pick. I was like, yeah, absolutely, I love your voice. So she did Jules. And I'm sure Anthony's a great guy, but I tend to really shout out all the people that I work with. Like I tag them and everything. Oh, hey, I have this audiobook narrated by X and Y. I did that with Richard and Raven, who did Unhinged, and Cassandra's always in the comment threads, and Anthony is not. So I don't know if he took it as like a solid to Podium and he's like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. I don't know if he regrets it. I hope he doesn't. But yeah, I guess
It's
he
out
did
there.
like Akatar. He's a name. I just thought he had a great voice. I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks, but he had a great voice, and I was like, yeah, absolutely, I want him. And I apparently chose a really, well voice
He is,
actor, so
according to Corvin King, who's a voice actor, he is...
Corbin's a sweetie. I like Corbin.
Yeah, Corvin's super nice, but he said that like a lot of times the way they track the best voice actors is how much money the books they have been in have made. So Anthony's technically the #1 voice actor in the world for these. So, because of Quicksilver.
And you got him to play the Kool-Aid
And you
Man.
got him to
Oh, yeah. Is that in the book? I haven't listened to it.
Yeah,
or read
well, so Chekhov's gun exists. I don't know if you know Chekhov's gun. It's this storytelling thing that if the camera centers on something, that's got to come up later. If the camera zooms in on a chair, that's going to be important to the plot later.
Oh, yeah.
So my Chekhov's guns look a little bit different. So, she had to take the doorknob. She had to. I can't put that premise in the book and have that not happen.
Right.
And with the Kool-Aid Man, if you've got the Kool-Aid Man, he's got to say it. But it's not the Kool-Aid Man. It's the Chillicist Man, because I'm too pretty for jail. I don't break copyright. So he's
that
the
was my
Chillicist
question
Man.
when we talked about it. Like, how can you say, "Oh yeah"? Is that patented? Like, you gotta say
It is not.
Change it, a little bit?
It is not.
Did
And
you
actually,
have to look that up, like research?
I
like,
did.
is the words "oh yeah" said in a certain
Can I use
context
that?
patented?
my Google search history is just like condemnable. Like, people ask what's the worst thing that's shown up, and I said probably the worst thing is fuckable orifices in a shrimp boat was probably It's the
Oh, you wrote a
weirdest
book
thing.
about banging a shrimp boat, didn't you?
I did.
Like
Well, actually,
the boat is alive.
the boat fucked somebody. Yes,
Okay.
it's an important distinction.
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes that. So I guess, what is the creative process here? You just like anytime you just wander around and be like, well, that looks fuckable, or is that just?
You just sit on your
No,
couch one day and
it's-
you stare at your door. Oh, maybe.
Well, no, because the door between like open and closed door makes sense, but then how do you get to a shrimp boat?
Watching
It,
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it was like that was
That's
my
my-
first thought of.
That's my freebie. That's when people sign up for my newsletter. That's the free one they get. So the Myrtle Beach Police Department. I live in North Carolina.
Okay.
There was a hurricane, and this was 3 years ago, and a shrimp boat got beached, and they were like, obviously, it's like, hey, this is unsafe, but they were oddly emphatic, and it was then Twitter before they, Musk ruined everything and turned it to X, but it was Twitter, and they were just oddly emphatic on Twitter, like, do not go near the boat, don't do it. It was, and of course, like, it was like all in caps, like they were just like weird about it. So my first thought was, of course everybody wants to go near the boat now, but like, why are they so adamant about it? What is the boat hot? And I was like, maybe the boat is hot. And then I wrote the story. It's just off of that tweet from the police department, because I was just like, y'all are hiding something, and I bet it's that the boat is hot. And
That's got to be it. There's no other explanation. It has to be a hot
yeah.
boat. Describe to me, just in your own words, if you will, what a hot boat looks like, though.
it wasn't that the boat was particularly attractive. Again, like the whole, dumping things on a table and figuring out how to get from A to B. I figured out that the boat got merged with a siren who didn't want to be merged with the boat. And that, siren song call of, calling people to their doom or whatever, it merged with the boat. So the boat started calling people to their doom by being really seductive and putting off these vibes. And this cop gets caught in the vibes, and he's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go to the boat.
See, that's what I'm talking about, like tying all the knots together. Like, that makes sense to me. Like, none of it makes
Yeah,
sense, but it makes
does.
sense now.
It's a
Like,
very,
the whole-
I think, I don't know what it
That's
says about us
fantastic.
as people, but that we're like, yup, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Those
totally
are the questions I have.
understandable.
You know what the sad part is? My question while you explain this, I was like, is it a wood or metal boat? As was my immediate thought.
It's got to be wood, right? Because I
Is
feel
it a
like
wood
wood
boat?
is more of like an old-timey,
Yeah, well,
rugged, handsome, sexy.
the problem with stuff like this is you got to give it a dick. So,
Oh, it's
Fair.
a dude ship.
it's the boat is non-binary. My
Okay.
acronyms that I use for it is MMNBI, because the boat does not have a gender. The siren was male, but the boat is non-binary, and when they become one, they don't have a clear gender.
But it has a winger.
So, but I needed something, so I used one of the ship wheels, and
I needed something that stuck
needed
out.
something.
So
something. Yeah. So
no, that's fair. That's
And who
fair.
is the love interest of the boat? Ship, excuse me.
the it's the cop. It's a male cop. So
Okay.
and
Okay.
then when everything resolves, because it's a very short story, I think it's like maybe 12, 15 pages. The ship separates from the siren again, and the siren is human, and they settle down and live as a gay couple happily ever after. So
As you do.
Is the boat still a part of the ending for that?
the boat gets set. The boat's like, okay, well, that was interesting, but I'd rather go back to catching shrimp, please. And then the forces were like, okay, cool, and let the boat go about its way doing its boat stuff. So
Lived
it's a happy
happily
ending
ever
for
after.
everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody's
Understood.
happy.
Everybody's happy.
There's a new gay couple that you know what? I don't know. Part of me would be like, I'd be like, okay, but don't cheat on me with any other boats now.
Like, what do you do with that? That was my question about the Unhinged book. We already know the chick is into doors. What if what if the guy comes home one day and she's with the window all of a sudden because she wants to branch out and do something else?
Well, that's why he made her choose a door when they shopped for a new door that didn't have a
Yeah, he
handle
was
like
jealous
his.
of the
Yeah,
So
he
he
did
was
men-
jealous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She checked all the boxes. I was
Yeah.
like, does this mean he's gonna be jealous of other doors? And then you said it. I was like,
Yeah.
damn it! I had that thought.
Yeah, you tied all the knots. I have
He's
no
just
more
nailing
questions
it. Yeah,
about it.
I think. Yeah,
Nothing
and that's
bothered
what-
me about the ending in that nothing was answered because it was all answered.
Yeah, and that's no, because like when people asked me about it today, and they were like, "Well, that was ridiculous, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was," but I really liked the book.
Yeah, I said this before we hit record. Like, because going into it, I thought it was going to be absurd, which it is absurd, but it's a good absurd. I thought it was going to be like written in crayon and horribly written, but it's not horribly written. It's good writing.
It's
in an
Try.
absurd story that makes sense when you get into it, and it's a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, what do you have a obviously it's hard to like pick like your children. Do you have a favorite one you've written?
Yeah, I was telling Stephen before we started recording. Most of my back catalog at this point are considered novellas, so I have a lot of short stories out because that's what my readers like. But I started writing longer books. I have quite a few novels in my back catalog that never get talked about because of the door. But my favorite I co-wrote with somebody that every aspect of everything I do has like 14 tangents, so I apologize. Back when Twitter was Twitter, before it got ruined, I met somebody in a meme thread for the Consumer Product Safety Commission. I guess they had, one of those millennial interns or, Gen Z, I guess at this point, I'm showing my age, that just, you could tell nobody's really overseeing what they're doing. So they just got like increasingly weird and abstract with like memes. And they did a skeleton warning people to water their Christmas trees. And it was a very weird thing. So this person, JL, she said to them, "Hey, why does the skeleton look sexy?" And the skeleton did look sexy, in fairness. It was giving like come hither eye sockets. And she says, "Can I write a romance story about the burning Christmas tree skeleton?" And they said, "Yeah, I guess, but it's got to be fade to black." And she says, "Okay." So she got like approval from the Consumer Product Safety Commission to write this burning skeleton Christmas love story, which she did. And I hopped in her DMs. I was like, "Hey, do you want to write weird shit with me?" And she's like, "Absolutely." So we wrote Back for Seconds, which is a bunch of Thanksgiving side dishes that come to life and gangbang the hostess. And then we wrote Ruby and the V-Day Vampires, which is a middle-aged woman geocaching that gets hit by Cupid's arrow and has to, fuck about it in the back of a van.
Geocache. I haven't heard that term in like years at this point.
Do people still do that?
I don't know, but it's fun.
She did. But
He did.
Oh, did she?
we were doing holidays and we got around to Easter, and we wrote Planet Oster Fertility Fusion, which is about 3 pastel-colored Easter bunny aliens and the absolute garbage fire of a female main character that they all come together to, because there's this whole pregnancy for hire plot. And it is my favorite book. I had such a joyous time writing it. I laughed my ass off. I cried legitimately at several points because it's just unnecessarily like emotional. It's such a good time. If any of my books were ever going to be made into a movie, that would be the one.
And what's it called again?
JL, Planet Oster Fertility Fusion.
Planet Oster Fertility Fusion.
Okay.
You'll know the cover. JL made the cover, and there's these like muscle chest pastel with bunny ears. It's ridiculous. It's a great cover. I don't think I have one in here I'd show you. I sold out of everything I had when I went to Book Harvest in Chicago earlier
good.
this month. Yeah, I have like nothing. So,
It's a good problem to have.
yeah, I thought I had a copy, but I do not. My bookcase is bare. So, but yeah, that's my favorite book. I had a great time writing them.
Muscular back dude. I looked it up while I was standing there because I was like, nope, these are very jacked bunny people.
Not
Okay,
gonna see
fair
it.
enough.
Now I gotta see it. Hold it up.
I can't. I looked it up. How would I do that? Oh, I looked it up on the computer, not my phone.
Gotcha.
Hang
never
on.
mind.
You know what?
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
No,
I will-
no, now we're
I
doing
will
this.
let my mind wander, if you will.
So when you're
It's my
co-writing
copy.
something kind of this level of ridiculousness,
Mhm.
are you just like, is it by chapter? Like, you're like, okay, you do one chapter. Do you like plan beforehand? Like, oh, we got to go and plan, or do you just send like
No.
a full page and they're like, this new ridiculous thing, and she was like, yes, and then I wrote this ridiculous thing, and you were like, also yes, and then that was the whole process.
There's a lot of co-writers that I'm very selective in who I co-write with because it has to be a way. I am what is called in our world a pantser, which is somebody who writes by the seat of their pants. I do not plot anything out.
Pantser. That had different meaning for me in junior high. People would just pants you. I got pantsed.
I know every time I say it,
Anyway.
I feel a little ridiculous, but I
It also
don't
sounds
make,
like a reindeer that never made it. Dasher, Dancer, Pantser. Anyway.
Ooh, sorry, bud. There's only 9 reins. You're gonna have to stay here at the pole. Sorry.
Like, but everybody's making fun of Rudolph, and he's like, yeah, but you don't even make the cut. Rudolph is at least like B team at first, so.
You're like lower than low, dude. Sorry, you don't even. But we write in the same Google Doc, and that there are some people that recoil in horror when they hear that. When JL and I, anybody that I write with, when I write with them, we get into the same Google Doc at the same time sometimes, and I'll just leave comments for, wasn't she wearing a shirt here? Or I think they need to go out for lunch, or, and we'll leave comments back and forth, and we'll hype each other up like, oh my God, I laughed my ass off. This is fantastic. You misspelled this, so we like leave each other notes in this, and it's just this chaotic ongoing, we'll write out of order. It'll be like, okay, I don't want to do the sex scenes. Okay, I'll do the sex scenes. I wrote, Wrapped and Tapped with my friend RK Pierce, and I did all the sex scenes because RK doesn't do well with sex scenes. So I was like, yeah, it's cool, I got it. And when I had to describe their penises, I had to come up with interesting, equipment. So we figured out one of them has a Christmas light Jacob's ladder, and another one we made
Good Lord.
him uncircumcised and gave him a gift wrap cardboard tube as a foreskin. So yeah.
As you do. Christmas light,
Yeah.
Jacob Platter. I feel like there's a fire hazard there somehow.
He's an elf. This is
so
why I don't
his
write
body
humans.
powers the lights. It's not plugged in
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah. That's
See? You tied that knot.
Yeah,
instantly.
she's just nailing it every time, Steven. You
Yeah.
think you try to find one? She's like,
I
don't
try
worry.
to find holes in the story. She's like, you
I
know what?
thought of
I thought
that.
about it. I feel like you
Only
gotta
hole in the
think about
story
it
is
if
in the
you're
woman.
writing.
Sorry.
That's a pun.
Yeah, that was a pun. Maybe.
No,
I
it
don't
was
know. I'm not good at
wordplay.
She's
I'm just
like,
trying
no,
to save
Steven.
myself because you said you didn't like puns, and that's just who I am.
No,
I'm a
no.
walking pun. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. This weekend, so I don't know if Steven. I went to so I did a bookstore tour, and I met a bunch of people.
Yeah, you did this to yourself, by the way. No
I
one
did do
asked you
this.
to do
No
this.
one
You
made
just
me do
decided
this.
one day, oh, you know what? I don't want to get enough attention. Let's go get more.
I was like, I'm gonna do that. Well, part of me wanted to, like, I wanted to prove a point to myself that I was like, nobody's gonna show up. I was
made
wrong.
it, Mom.
Everyone showed up. Lots of people at every place I went. But one thing that did happen repeatedly is I got told multiple times, like, Steven is so funny. And I'm like, oh. I was like, I'm there too.
And now I'm good looking because I have glasses.
And now he's just, yeah, well, that
Now Vera
that
has
was this
glasses.
morning. So I have,
So just a couple good looking people looking at Squamer right now.
yeah, well, I could go get my glasses, but then I have to take my contacts out, and that's a whole thing. And
I have had comments saying you need to wear glasses, and I wear glasses, and then we have classes together, and we can.
I
make
have,
content
I
with glasses.
posted a video of me wearing glasses literally this morning.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, I wonder why. Was it because I have glasses now?
It was not, but
What a coincidence. I've worn contacts. I've had glasses since I was a child, but I haven't had glasses as an adult. I've had contacts since I was a teenager. So I will continue to wear my contacts. I just needed glasses for night purposes, but now I'm just milking it for all it's worth because
now
people
I'm just
like it.
milking it because
And I like attention just as much as the next guy who goes on a weekend tour of himself. So
I love glasses. Like, as a woman, it means I don't have to fuck with my eyebrows at all. Like, that's my dirty secret.
It kind of takes, yeah.
I didn't even know what a brow pencil looks like because I don't have to. But I'm also actually legitimately going blind. So very big, in a big nutshell, I fell off a train when I was 16, and I bounced off the sidewalk head first, and fucked up both my retinas. So I have
Wow.
2 different people have seen the inside of my skull, and I have not. They popped my eyes out, put an expensive rubber band around it, and popped it back in. So I had scleral buckle surgery is the official name for it. That is also why my memory sucks, and also where I say I get all my story ideas from is traumatic brain injury.
I was gonna say, I was debating. I was like, is she gonna be offended if I make the joke that this is when the
No.
story started? But
No, that's exactly what I say constantly, because it's the easiest way to explain. I don't know what the fuck's going on otherwise. I have no idea. I don't know why I do this. It's just my whole
It's certainly creative and unique.
Yeah, no, for sure. Sentient objects, and you're right, Stephen. Bryn did bring up, because I was like, we made fun of his last name in the tickle
We didn't
guy.
make fun of it. I was confused because I thought she said tickle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chuck Tingle. Yes, the
Yeah.
Tingle
Which
verse.
is, that's the perfect last name for anything romance-ish.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, we should have come up with better. Stephen, that's your real name. You needed to come up with a cooler romance
My name?
Yes.
Steve Walker's a pretty cool name. Okay, I
You
don't
know
need
what?
to
That's fair. That's a
If
fair.
it ain't
that's-
broke, don't fix it. Okay.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of guesses on what my name was this weekend. No one was very close.
It's
so.
Jamal, for anybody wondering.
It's obviously
and
Jamal.
that's why he uses
That's-
PB, which stands for Papa Bear. Actually, it stands for Pretty Boy, right?
It does stand for. Well, that's what it stood for when I was 16, and I
Pastor
made the
Billy?
username Pastor Billy.
Peanut butter.
Penis barbs.
Peanut butter is the most
Speaking of a
common yet.
Jacob's Ladder,
Yeah.
I learned about
Val-
Jacob's Ladders reading Caught Up. That was my first introduction to such a affliction, if you will.
I thought I told you about this. We brought it up on a podcast beforehand, and you asked me, and I said something about it, and you're like, I don't know what that is, and I was like, well, I'm about to learn you a thing or two, Steven.
I think it's when because episode 3 we talked about Caught Up, so it was early
that's fair.
on in our
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I did. I learned. I knew what a Jacob's Ladder was. I will say, it is like I don't know how many people actually have them, obviously, but
I
in
have
books,
one. I got it today.
I knew it, Steven. I knew it. That's why he jingles when he walks.
Jingles. They don't
yeah,
have
there's just, like,
things. I thought they jingle.
I don't know. It was they do
It
not.
shouldn't.
It should not.
Medically.
That doesn't make sense.
You know what, Steven? I was trying to make a joke.
Just hear me dashing through the snow outside with my Jacob's Ladder.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I've always thought, because I'm like, okay, I don't know how many people actually have them, but I swear I've read like 4 or 5 different books with them in them. I'm like, they really just needed the extra texture.
So you have a type, is what you're saying.
I have a type, yeah, obviously.
There are so many books out, and it's not that we're gonna run out of ideas, especially when you go weird, but you know, you always want something standing out, and that's one of the easier. I mean,
Jacob's
not that
Ladder?
it's low hanging fruit, but it's one of the easier ways to kind of make your MC stand out.
Make up
you
your
know,
own, like, instead of Jacob's Ladder, do like Billy's footstool or something. You know what I mean?
then you gotta
have to have
explain it on page.
I think you have to have established piercings, Steven, because otherwise they have to spend way too long describing the weird piercing, and then the character
Weird is
names it.
relative. Okay.
That's true, I guess.
I mean, I am weird, and so are you, but it's also a relative word.
Yeah, it is relative. I have a feeling Vera's kind of weird too. No offense here, just a little bit, you know.
No, I was,
Just a
I was
little
One
bit,
telling
man's
Steven,
weird is another person's perfection.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Let me ask you this, unless you had something else that was
no,
worth
Steven,
saying.
go for it.
Oh, that sounded rude. Unless you had something else was worth saying. What a jerk I am.
anyway,
That sounded assholish. Is there anything like off limits that you would never write about, like an object that is just completely? I wouldn't write that. That has gone through your head.
I mean, I get aggressively suggested things very frequently. I'm sure you
I would
guys
imagine.
you guys are both pretty, you know, known folks, so I'm sure you hear the same lines over and over again. And it's, you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be popular. I'm grateful that people come up to me and say hi. There are days where it's like, oh God, this again. But people, they do everything. I get tagged in, oh my gosh, somebody called Vera Valentine, like it's the bat signal. And it's like, okay, guys, I've got a lot I'm doing right now, and I do not have time for anything else, but I appreciate it. And I'm also, you know, nobody wants to be the catch-all. It's like that old, what was it, Chex commercial? Mikey'll eat it. Mikey eats everything. That's kind of the way it feels sometimes.
Is it the Hey likes it, Hey Mikey, or is that a different commercial?
Yeah. The only things that I probably would not write about are, like I was mentioning before we started recording, I actually wrote product descriptions for the adult industry for the better part of 10 years. So I used to write dildo descriptions for a living, so romance is kind of a parallel move for me. And in that time, having to write about all of these things, including what not to do with them, people put all sorts of things where they should not. So I probably would not write about anything that somebody could hurt themselves doing. I have already had to adjust what we call the front matter of my books, which is the beginning, any resemblance to people alive or dead, blah, blah, blah. That stuff in the beginning. I had to put a part in the foreword that my go-to example is Stephen King doesn't murder people on the weekends. Everything he does is a creative exercise. Everything that I do is a creative exercise. There's nothing wrong with object sexuals because, it's a consenting adult and you don't need permission from the object if it's yours. I don't have any attraction to doors. I don't have any attraction to Kool-Aid or balloon animals. However, people conflate, I'm sure you both get that too, that there's a difference with the parasocial, like you might know me online,
sure,
but you do not know me.
Yeah.
And I had to put a note in my books that say, hey, please do not do this for one, and do not send me videos of it, because I did get sent a video of someone fucking a door. And I said, this is not okay. This is it's non-consensual. I did not agree to this, and that's not cool. Don't do that. And I had to tell people, don't put Kool-Aid up your friggin' vagina because you're gonna get an infection. Don't do that.
You know what?
I think it's
It's like the beginning of Jackass where they say, please don't try this at home.
Yes,
yeah. I will say that seems like a thing that a lot of the dark romances ignore is yeast infections. It's like you're going to mess up your pH for sure.
And
it's like nobody pees after sex. Like nobody, because it's not it can be sexy in the framing of aftercare, like he cares about you and wants you to be okay. It can be sexy, but nobody wants to think about biological functions and HR violations and the fact that that's your stepbrother. None of us want to think about this.
Nobody wants to think about
It's a fantasy world.
Yeah, it's a fantasy world.
I think I brought this up with Bryn Weaver because in Scythe and Sparrow, he puts cotton candy down there and then they have sex after. And I was like, they don't bring up aftercare on that at all. And he's a doctor. Like, I was really bothered by the fact that he was not like, hey,
you
just
mentioned that to Bryn, didn't you?
I did mention it to Bryn, and she was like, I know, crazy, right? I was like, Bryn, come on. He puts cotton candy up there, and then they run across the carnival or whatever, and then they have sex, and then I'm like, by then she's already screwed. There's no way.
It.
It's
the
not
bacteria
a medical
are
textbook. It's a good time is what it is.
It's just a good time.
Just a fun imagination.
Well, I don't have a pH balance, but I assume it's not fun once it's messed up, Steven.
It is not fun.
I have pH balanced water that I drink sometimes that's in the fridge.
Do you know that's just a myth too?
Oh, would you like to go into that?
No.
Let's get flagged for misinformation, probably.
You can't change the pH of your bowel.
Today on the broadcast, we talk about how pH balances are
I'm just saying, you know what? Yeah, we're not even going to touch it. We're not going to do it.
No, say what you want to say, because I'm just a measly old poor man.
No, you can't change the pH of your body.
Did you know this? He's a physicist. This is a true story.
A physicist.
He's a physicist. He is the book boy. He also has a motorcycle that he doesn't ride in the cold until last weekend. You've been riding in the cold all day, buddy.
I rode. I was so cold. It was honestly so cold that my feet wouldn't get warm. And I Googled. I was like, why won't my feet get warm? And it was like, apparently
you weren't wearing shoes, probably.
No, apparently my body was so cold that it brought the blood flow in to preserve the parts that are important. But your hands and feet aren't vital. So,
do you think that your pH balance was off?
It was probably off.
No,
I'm just saying you can't change the pH balance of your body. It'd be bad for you. You'd die. Like, that's not a thing. Also, your stomach is like super acidic. Why would? Yeah, that's it. It doesn't make sense.
Do you know what pH stands for?
I don't actually. What
it's
does it stand for,
Steve?
Steven?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Pretty hard.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Pretty hard to figure out.
was
She hates me right now with my stupid puns. All right, moving on. Anyway, about doors and such, don't do it. Okay, that's the message.
no
of today.
doors.
Don't do the doors. Do
Unless-
the do, not the doors. My hair's
Yeah.
getting in my soup. Soup. What the my coffee. I'm drinking soup, by the way.
Yeah, someone asked me about Bluey today. They're like, "Do you watch Bluey?" Steven does. I was like, "Steven does."
I love the fact that you can't escape me.
I can't escape
You
you,
go-
at all. Anytime I go
when you
anywhere,
go,
people
I go.
talk to me about you.
Anyway,
And
enough about
apparently
us.
the Unhinged book, because more than one person brought it up this weekend. So
Your video got very popular talking about it.
it was very popular. Well, apparently we were like so when did Unhinged come out?
I want to say it was in 2023. I should probably
Okay.
know this off the top of my head. I don't.
No, it's okay. I don't want to put you on the spot on the dates thing. I'm not great with dates either. Okay. No, because the only reason I ask is because I feel like we jumped way late on this. People told me about this like last year when I first started, but I was like, I'm not going to read that. And then I don't know why I did this time because I made him read it.
It went
So-
viral because when the two of you picked it up, it was right off the tail end of a really lovely person on TikTok. She and I we were talking in the comments. She she has a fair amount of followers, but not like a ton of followers. It's just her delivery, I guess, resonated with a lot of people, and it was great for her and it was great for me. And her video of reviewing the book got like 4.5 million views or something insane like that. And my book went to 67 in the overall Amazon store. Like of all of the books on Amazon, mine
Dang.
was
Wow.
67, not in my category, like overall. And
That's crazy.
yeah,
what is
no,
your
it was
category on? What would that be, by the way?
Sentient romance, right?
Is there a sentient
no,
romance?
they don't have one. No, I think it's short reads.
okay.
Mine usually default to the length of the book, which is, it's so crazy. The people that I'm next to, because I just every time I look at the page, I'm like, these guys got to be so fucking pissed because they have these like contemporary like vacation romance. Like, what the fucking door? What is this shit? And
It's
then
all
I
about
was,
the promotion, baby.
Yeah, and also
Oh
it's
my
just like
God.
I spent so much time and effort, and I traveled to another country to get this research, and she's talking about banging doors.
Yeah, you
and
can't
I feel bad.
you can't outmarket a viral video talking
You
about your
can't-
books.
you
No,
can't.
you really can't. And
Especially if it's a
I've
genuine
been,
one like this person did, apparently.
Yeah.
I've never paid for an ad. I'll toss out my own like in recommendation threads or whatever once in a while, but I just kind of let other people talk about it. And my favorite thing to do, and I'm dumb for doing this, and I know I am, but there'll be these big long threads. Somebody will post on one of the big reader groups on Facebook or whatever, and of course everybody's like, oh, that's so weird, blah blah blah. And I Vera Valentine. Anytime somebody brings me up, I see my name, I go, yeah, but she's a fucking weirdo, and I comment. And I was like, yeah, I guess it was okay. Somebody's like, oh my God, I love this book. And I was like, it was all right, I guess. It was kind of short. And
You
they
troll
don't catch
yourself,
on.
basically.
I do. Like, I'll leave like 6 comments and somebody will be like, wait a minute. And it's my favorite thing. It's my favorite.
I used to
it's
do
like
that on my videos, too.
when Johnny Depp like dresses up like Pirates of the Caribbean and goes in the ride,
Goes
like
to
that's
Disney.
I love that shit. I love because it's if you can't make fun of yourself, like the day I stop making fun of myself, I want to stop doing this because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person that can't laugh over this absolutely fucking ridiculous career that I created out of thin air. Like if I start taking shit too seriously, I got to go do something else. I can't do it.
I mean, I don't think you can keep up your type of book, no, without some
Well,
ability
actually,
to- yeah.
No, I think that's a good way to live. Me and Squamer do the same thing. We don't take ourselves too seriously.
We're
It's
not.
not
No,
fun if you
absolutely
do.
not.
It
When we do
isn't.
the podcast, I'm always worried we're gonna get like a super serious author that like is really, and we're gonna be like, oh yeah, like 'cause we don't do anything super serious. So
I mean, we do in our own time. We have our serious moments.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
for
of
this type
course.
of stuff, we're just bringing joy to the world. So
we're just
Yeah.
we're just
like the
trying to
Christmas spirit. Speaking of, Christmas starts on November 1st, by the way. Just letting y'all know that. That's when my Christmas season starts.
So
Oh.
like
2 months.
6 days.
Yeah. We do a family day. We put up decor. We bake cookies. We watch whatever movie we're going to watch. Probably Home Alone.
Oh, and now he dropped the book.
Words.
Hey,
Home
she doesn't watch
Alone
our videos. She
or
doesn't know about the
The
bit.
Grinch?
Also, she probably hasn't seen the basement yard either. So,
Mm,
maybe we
God.
stole that bit from the basement yard. Is what we strive to be for the bookish world. They're
No,
like,
we don't strive to be the basement yard. That's what you strive to be. I strive to be
do.
Stephen.
oh, whatever. They're like
The
two
minute we try
very
to
80
copy somebody else, then
We're not
just
copying them. We're just them and
No.
bookish form. They're just two very ADHD
you gotta
dudes
take
that
yourself. I was gonna say seriously. We just said we shouldn't do that. No,
We're
you gotta
not-
be.
we're
You
not-
gotta be an individual.
we are individuals. My point was we do similar things, and but there's a bit that one of them does where he has a phone on the wall, and when he stutters, he takes the phone off the wall and yells into it, and then puts it back. So Steven started doing it with books, but he drops them, so it wasn't. It didn't
Aw.
land.
The books.
So
Anyway, what were we talking about? I messed up by talking about Christmas.
I don't know.
What's your favorite holiday, Vera?
I mean, probably Halloween. I like Halloween just
I
because
figured
it's
that was
you
gonna
know
be your
That was
answer.
gonna be my guess. Yeah,
it's low key,
it's-
and I got my skull
giving.
shirt going on.
Yeah, it's
I
giving
like it.
Halloween.
I like it. Is there any
'Cause it's
Halloween books that you
cool.
have? Anybody?
Yeah, the Scarecrow one.
Yeah, it's technically that's Halloween.
Hayseed.
It's weird. You'd think I'd have more, but I don't. Yeah, no, I have Hayseed, and I have a short that I wrote between two of the characters in my second book, Carnal Cryptid's East Coast, and it's the Jersey Devil and the female main character from that book, and there's a whole BDSM scene with all kinds of candy, so that was fun to write.
Fair enough. Was there aftercare for that for the candy?
Yes.
Okay,
And
all right.
the only thing that goes, I'm very big on only sugar-free stuff goes in the body, which is still not great, don't get me wrong, but in Cold
it's-
Sweat, he actually calls out that he's sugar-free. So, because I was like, yep.
Very important. I'm sure there's like a handful of people that just loved that you did that.
Yeah, very.
Like, that was. I'm being serious. Like I feel like that's like a. Ooh, I love that she added that.
Yeah, I feel like
It's the
you just-
details that get people
It's
something.
all the very specific details. You're very thought out on these things. I'm gonna have to do so. You have two voice acted books then. So it's Unhinged.
I have technically 3 because Squeak was done by Michelle Price, and she has an amazing voice range. She actually did it's a 2 guys and a gal. The 2 guys are together beforehand, and then they add the gal. And she dropped her voice so low in the snippet that I listened to, I thought I was like, but we talked about this. It was just going to be you. I don't, who are we bringing in the project? And she was, that's me, Vera. I was like, holy shit. She literally dropped her voice so low, I thought she had brought a guy into the booth. And so I have that, and we're hoping to get it back on Audible soon. But the 2 I have out right now are Unhinged, and that is on Audible. And then I have Cold Sweat, which is also on Audible. Podium went wide with it, and they kind of sprung that decision on a lot of, it's a good decision. I mean, I'm not mad about it, but part of being wide, because you can either go Audible exclusive, which is only available on Audible, or you can go wide, which is like everywhere. Part of wide is like Libby and Hoopla, which means that there are public libraries with the audiobook of Cold Sweat, which is the touching tale of the not Kool-Aid man fucking his stepsister in a sauna they get trapped in. So, if books get banned, I'm sorry. I'm probably in some kind of document going before Congress at some point, because
They're gonna hold up the cover of the picture and they're gonna set it down on the
It's an
table.
innocent-looking cover, seemingly. So you don't want a kid to pick that book up.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, Kit Fox did it, and I did not tell Kit Fox, the illustrator, to give him a badunkadunk, and she did. She gave him like the biggest ass, and I kind of loved it. We went through a couple of iterations because, a giant glass pitcher of punch that's sentient is translucent, is see-through, and I am not a visual person, so having to render that, the first attempt, and it was a wonderful attempt, and God bless her, it was horrifying, because imagine if you could see your own face through the back of your skull. Doesn't really capture that sexy vibe. So we just kind of like threw a pair of sunglasses on him and changed the angle, and we're like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
can't.
have
No,
to
I'm not
listen to
gonna.
this one now.
Yeah, I know it's gonna have to be on my list, especially because it's
You-
Anthony Palmini, who's really
Yeah.
good. And
Yeah.
so now, yeah, that was not who I would have expected when you said it. I was like, oh dang. So,
You mentioned
yeah,
before we hit record that you've never listened to the audiobooks of your stuff, though.
Yeah, it's not, and it's no reflection on the voice
Right,
actors
right,
at
right,
all.
right.
I have
oh
full
no, yeah,
faith in them. I am, obviously, AU ADHD. I'm like autism and ADHD and all that. And mine, one of the ways it manifests is that I get viscerally and physically uncomfortable listening to pre-recorded audio. I will not listen to this episode. I have full faith in y'all. And you could be editing me to say all kinds of horrific stuff, and I'm going to have
No,
to hear it
there's
from
no
somebody
yeah.
else.
We don't
edits.
really edit much at all. So
No, I
You
cut
would
out
not
the
believe what
small
Vera
in the
said.
beginning and the end. No, there's
you
no
would
edits at
not
all.
believe. Honestly, I would like. Let's be honest though. We're like, you would not believe what she said. They're like, we've read her books. We probably would believe what she says.
Unless
Yeah.
unless it's hateful or something, people
Yeah.
probably would believe that I said it. Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
very big on, I support minorities and the whole alphabet mafia, the whole bit. I'm very big on
Alphabet mafia.
supporting
Alphabet
everybody.
Yeah. No,
That's
that's
what we
true.
call it around
Yeah.
these parts.
Good. Yeah. No, we try to be everybody.
We try to be everybody.
We try to
have
be
no
everybody
originality
for
at all.
Every single
everything.
person.
We try to be every single person.
Positivity. Very much what you see, what you get. So I always ask people after they meet enough people, like, so is this what you expected when you met me in person? They're like, yup. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, we don't
So-
really have any differences when we're talking to people in real life. This is just how
Not
we are.
really. Nope. This is just us all the time. Be hard to fake it. That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I
really,
don't-
yeah. Anyway, going
I
back
don't
to
dress
the,
up.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't dress up?
I don't dress up. I don't wear makeup because I don't know who's going to see the best version of me. So I'd rather just show the worst version of me, and I know there's nowhere to go but up. So this is like my strategy.
We're going up, up, up. It's our moment.
Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was
I loved it.
someone at the bookstore today had it as a ringtone. I was like, it was a soda pop. And I was like,
Ringtones are still a thing. I've never had my phone make a sound in public. Now that I think about it, because that would give me anxiety
You
to
do
know
have
that
weird
my phone
anxiety
is
about
going
things.
off
Yeah, it
in a public
vibrates.
place.
Mine doesn't ring.
It's always on vibrate. I don't want to inconvenience any. I don't talk on the phone in front
Mm-hmm.
of other people. I'm going to find a corner where you can't.
honestly, yeah, we're the worst content creators ever. Because
I'm pretty good now because all of my
You're-
stuff is nonsense.
You do better. I hate taking videos in public with a passion. So like, I struggle so hard with.
You have no content from the thing you went to go make content.
I have
for.
no. Well, I didn't have content from this weekend because I had no free time. Like the second I got to every place.
That's when you just pull out your phone and continue your conversation and then post it.
No, I don't do that.
12 million views,
Nope,
probably.
You're right. 12 million views. No, it's just
yeah.
no, it's fine. Okay.
So what's funny? Going back to the audiobook thing. When I listen to Unhinged, there's one sound effect in the entire book, and that's it. And it's just the sound of a door handle, just
Yeah.
being rattled.
Just rattling.
And that I remember listening to that, doing something hopefully productive, cleaning my house or something. And then I hear the sound effect, like it stopped me in my tracks. Oh my goodness, this is hilarious, and I laughed.
Yeah, because I feel like
Hey,
most of
Good
the time
on
when,
them. Well
yeah,
done
when they
them.
do audiobooks, they don't add any sounds. This was, and it just was. I think that was really funny. There was one, and that was it. So
Well, Richard Pendragon, and Richard uses they them. Richard was my door, and I had spoken to them, and because my only previous audiobook history that I had was with Michelle when I did Squeak, and she and I had worked out together. I was like, so do you think when they're having sex, we could just like sneak in like a little bit of like balloon squeaking? Because I think it would be funny. And she's like, hell yeah. So I told Richard, I said, hey, so this went over really well with my readers, my listeners, with my last book. Do you think that we could work in? And they were like, absolutely. So that is not from like a sound bank. That is Richard repeatedly slamming the door of their own sound booth. So Richard is a very committed professional. That is the sound of Richard's door. So, and Richard did that for me. I was like, I appreciate that. And that I get more comments about that than anything else. Everybody loves the sound effect. If you go overboard with it, then it sounds like an old-timey radio drama, and people don't want to go. But 1 or 2 in it, they love it. People love it. It's like a little Easter egg they look for in my audiobooks.
It was very
Old-timey
clear
radio.
sounding. I mean, I know he does, or they do audio stuff, but it was very it sounded almost like a sound clip that you get off of something. The fact that it was live recorded is even crazier.
I have a feeling that Richard probably spent a good bit of time. And
Yeah,
bless
it
him
was
for it.
It was a good sound clip. So
Richard is the reason that the audiobook exists, because they dropped into my DMs and they were like, "Hey, have you thought about doing this?" And I'm never like, because audiobooks usually take a lot, even the short ones, even my little novella of 70 words. If I wanted to get it translated into another language, it would be over $1,000. If I wanted to get it done traditionally and hire narrators, it would be over $1,000, especially if I wanted to have. I always get dual and duet confused because I'm not an audiobook girly. But basically, when you have a man and a woman both recording in different areas and then they splice it together at the end, not in the same booth. I think dual is when they're in the same booth. I could be wrong about that.
I was
But
get wrong too, so it's okay.
yeah, I should probably know more about this. But Raven was Richard's friend, and she found out that Richard was recording Unhinged. Richard was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, well, let's do it." So we did royalty share on Audible. So they did everything, and for half of the proceeds, which I'm totally cool with, and I'm super excited whenever it goes viral because I get paid and they get paid. And so it's really neat that this awesome professional that I work with, they also get the windfalls that I do. And Raven hopped in and it's like, "Hey, tell Vera I'm willing to do Tana's voice for free because I just want to be a part of this." So I ended up out of nowhere. I got this, double voiced audiobook that I wasn't planning on the week before. And last month, because it went viral, I sold over 1,000 copies. And I'm up to 600 copies this month, so I can't complain.
Sweet. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Well,
this is your main
hopefully-
gig then, writing these books? And...
This is full-time work for me. I was freelancing, still doing copywriting back when I first started. I got laid off from Hooker Furniture. I joke I used to be a hooker. I worked for Hooker Furniture here in North
Is
Carolina.
that their last name, I guess?
Yeah, that it's like a pretty well-known brand of, they make bureaus and stuff like that. And I got laid off when Trump was in office the first time because of the tariffs, because that was the profit margin for furniture coming into North Carolina. We have the furniture market here. Furniture is kind of a big deal. So they let go all the creatives, including me. So I had to figure out something to do. And I had Kindle Unlimited, and I'm a speed reader, so I plowed through like 300 romance books in like half a year. And I was like, well, I kind of got the gist of this.
You read 300 books in half a year? I don't know what speed. I am a very slow reader if I'm doing
I
like
only
a
do
physical
audiobooks,
copy.
so
And then if I listen to it, I could probably listen faster than I can read, honestly, because I can speed it up to like 1.8 or whatever.
I got the highest I've gone is 2.7.
Yeah, that's just chicken lingo with that.
Listen, Kiss of the Basilisk was like 30 hours of smut. It was 30
hours?
Yes. It's I'm trying to think exactly. Let's see what
That's all the smut. You don't need to read any more smut after that.
Dude, it's let's see.
It's like the director's cut of Lord of the Rings.
Well, Unhinged is 70 pages and about 16,000 words, and it's just under 2 hours, if I remember correctly. So if you think about that in terms of how big a book is, so you're looking at probably an hour of reading, and especially if it's got a whole bunch of characters in it, it's a lot. That's why when people mess around with narrators or talk about like AI voice, I get really pissed off because they put in a lot of work, especially for the big books, because you got to keep a consistent tone and consistent volume. It's a ton of work, not to mention the editing.
It's 23 hours at of smut. So.
Whole day.
See, I knew it wasn't a whole 30 hours.
Yeah, it's not a whole 30. Corvin, last weekend, I was saying something. I was like, yeah, I listen at double speed. He goes, "Do you know how much effort I put into voice acting for you to listen at double speed, man?" And I was like, "You still sound great." He's like, "Fuck you." I was like, well, you can be mad about it. But honestly, it's gotten to the point now where I listen to it if I try to listen to anything at one like normal speed, I'm like, nope, absolutely not. 1.2 is minimum, and then it goes up from there as you read or listen. So I can't do it. I have too much.
Yeah. I wreck my eyes. I read on my phone. I know it's bad for me, but I own a Kindle and I still read on my phone. I'm bad.
They say
You
it's bad,
speed
but
read on
maybe-
your phone?
Maybe it's like the pH balance thing. It's not real, kind of. You know what I mean? Like it really doesn't hurt your eyes, like sitting too close to the TV.
It
I got blue
There's been
lenses
research
and I
on
have
that.
eye drops everywhere. Every flat surface in my home has eye drops. So
Well,
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's cool. Okay, we're
well,
at our hour mark.
we hit the
Steven.
hour. Did you have anything else? Squamer pants? Squamer pants? Squammy pants?
Squamer pants. I do. I'm wearing pants.
That's good. This is
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Yeah, proud of me. Proud of me too.
I'm proud of you.
I
This
mean,
is
I was
beautiful-
wearing a snuggie before I got down here because I was cold, and
You know, I could
so-
care less about your pants. I'm more interested in the decor you haven't put up in your new house.
Hey, look! There's books on the floor now.
Hey, look at that. Just
On the
collecting.
floor?
I don't have a
Even?
bookshelf.
Why not?
Because I've only been here like a month, and I don't decorate
A
at all.
month?
I don't decorate, and I didn't have they were in a box before, so
Oh,
now they're at least
Jesus.
out.
Where do you
This
live?
What?
He lives
Do
in an,
you need-
he lives
do
in
you
a
have, like,
hospital. That's where he
friends?
lives.
Like,
I
get
don't have a
some-
lot of people that come over, that's for sure. So I travel to where I go to other people. So
You
there
don't
is that.
entertain
I'm about
much?
to
I
mail
don't entertain
you
ever.
a bookshelf. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Y'all operating in books. I mean, at least Steven's got a
Yeah, I've built these,
bookshelf.
man. I've built these bookshelves. These are great.
Wow, they're a lot
See?
taller than I thought they were.
They're 10.
You're-
10
you're
foot
getting, like,
ceilings.
bookshelf cucked. You need a
He knows all about cucking, don't you,
Jeez.
buddy?
Yeah, I do. I have a whole, but
You have a
Oh
hole.
my
You need to
goodness.
finish that sentence.
I have a
He said,
whole.
yeah, I do. I have a
Yeah,
hole.
I have
and
a
then
whole
you
series
stopped
about-
talking.
I have a whole
Oh,
series
Lord.
about cuck chairs. I don't know. I know you haven't watched a lot of our stuff, but I do a whole. Every time I go to a hotel, I talk about the cuck chair. So
They're always
ironically-
there. It's funny.
yeah, I was always there. Ironically, I stayed at my friend's house last night because he was up near one of the last bookstores, and he set out a folding chair in my room, and he said, "just for you." So
And
I
you
was
didn't
like,
make a video
make
about this.
Make
I
you feel at
did
home.
make a video about it, and I'm wearing the glasses.
Oh, you did?
So yes.
Okay, I'll look at it then.
Yeah, you should.
Be
I was also a
fodder
little
for
Pure
the-
drunk when I
fan
made it, but-
service.
But yeah, no, I didn't pay. I think I probably got 30 books there, and I paid for I think 2 of them. Every other one, people have just sent me books, and I'm like, okay, so
I'm happy
I have
for
to
you.
make-
That's,
I have
it's
to make
kind
an
of-
order, but I can send y'all. I'll send y'all copies. I got
Ooh.
NSFW art too. I can send.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Fantastic.
want to put that. I don't think I want to put that up as the decor.
No,
No
just
decor
nail
of
it
no
to the
safe for
wall
work
behind you.
stuff. So yeah, my whole wall of just behind me, but it's always blurred because
You
that
need to
would
hang
be
up a
what we'd have
picture
to
of
do.
me behind you. Just in
I
my
know. I kept
glasses.
thinking. I honestly, it was that. It was either gonna be that, or I was just gonna put the word decor and smack it on the back
There you
wall.
go.
'Cause you kept saying you need
Yeah,
decor, and just
you need
like,
to hang up some decor. So just put up some decor.
yeah, that
Just
was my
write
plan.
it in Sharpie on the wall.
That was.
You should do that.
You
Put
know
up
what?
some decor.
Yeah.
And that could be.
But
a
now
whole
I have books
episode.
there, so they're there.
Hey,
On the
you gotta start
floor.
somewhere. Gotta start
There's-
somewhere.
Yeah, I gotta do that, and then people send me more books. People gave me books this weekend, and I was like, I'm on a motorcycle with one singular backpack. Stop giving me things. So
It's a problem. That's a big problem. People just want to
yeah,
give you
it's
stuff.
okay.
Oh,
No, I know
okay,
people
then.
are nice, and I appreciated it. So what I had to end up having to do was I was like, I at
rented
the
a
bookstores,
U-Haul to get home.
I did. I rented a U-Haul to get home, and I wrote in it. No, I just told the bookstores. I was like, hey, can you? Because bookstores ship things all the time. I was like, can you ship this to me? So yes, they were.
Remember that commercial? I just shipped my pants.
I just
shipped my TV or whatever. I shipped
Yeah.
my band. That was the
It's a
greatest
good
commercial.
commercial. It won an
Yeah.
ad award. I was proud of it. That was
They
good.
don't make commercials like that anymore.
No, they're
Unless
not
they
good.
do
They
it, I
don't.
don't watch them.
I don't watch TV much anymore. I watch Netflix. I'm watching
Oh.
Supernatural. So
I listen to the radio. That's what I do. Pinky and the boys every
I
morning.
listen about people banging doors in my free time. That's that's what I listen to. So
We
Yeah.
do
And,
Supernatural, TNG, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and we put them on rotation. They're just
Nice.
background noise because my husband has ADHD too. So they
Yeah,
need
no,
our background noise.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I
I'm
have
on
to have something
season
going on in the background.
13 of Supernatural. I haven't finished. This is the first time watching it, and I've never seen it before, so I was, so I'm
guess
getting
I'm gonna
through
have
it.
to watch it.
But you have to watch it, Steven. It's like an
It's good.
amazing series. So
It's good.
I hear
There's a
nothing
couple of
but good
episodes
things.
I skip because they get I can't do very visceral gore stuff. There's like 2 episodes that have fingernail stuff in it, and I skip them. I was like, I cannot do it. I won't be able to sleep or eat for the next 2 days. So, yeah.
I couldn't tell you which episodes those are, but there's like 300 of them total. So or
Yeah,
maybe
there's
even
a
more.
lot.
So
That's why.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. What can it's a weird segue. Where can people find you if they want to find you?
I have everything on my website, and it is Valentine, like my last name, and verse, like universe. So it's valentineverse.com. And I have all of my books on the front page. And if you click their titles, it goes to individual pages for the books with like content warnings and when they were published and all that good stuff. Everything you could want to know about the books. So I have them all in there.
When you click on them, do they make the sound effect? Like if you hit
They do not.
Oh
It's
or squeaky squeaky.
It's through Google Sites, so my hands are tied. I can only do so much.
What could have been?
what could
That's awesome. Anything else you want to promote? You got any new books coming out?
I do not. I honestly, I had a pre-order up and I just couldn't get it done in time. And I'm kind of taking the rest of the year off. It was a lot of travel. I went to 4 different signings this year, and including one in London, and that was my first time ever going overseas. Not made for international travel. I found that out the hard way. And so far, next year I will be back at Monsterotica in Baltimore in May,
Oh hell yeah!
and I will be at Book Harvest in Chicago in November. I think it is. No, October, I think it is. And I am hoping to be at Villains and Vixens in Orlando in July, but I have not received an official invite for that, so I can't say that I'm going to that. I have to make sure that I make the cut, so we'll see.
Our
Nice.
assistant / friend Nikki is going to that, isn't she?
I don't know.
I think she just announced she
Nikki?
was going.
Nikki's our assistant. Yeah.
/
She works
friend.
with our stuff. Yeah. She was just at New York. Monsterotica. I need to go to that. People messaged me about it, but I need to reach out because that's only like an hour and a half from me. So I need to try about going. Although I haven't done it besides I haven't done any monster erotic books. So I need to get on that. I need to
Get on that literally.
I need to get on it. I gotta do the milking farm one. That's the one that like everyone is like.
CM
Morning Glory
Nascosta.
Milking Farms. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll
I
be
gotta-
my
I
first
gotta-
read if I indulge in that type of content.
It's got to be the first one. I don't think that. I don't think the door one counts as monster erotic. I'm not. It's,
No.
it's just-
I
Well,
wouldn't
Hayseed
count it.
on its cover says a monster erotica.
A scarecrow monster romance. It's monster light. They're it's a lot of people like the monsters to stay monstrous, and I always kind of like toe the line a little bit. But yeah, a lot of my friends do like full on. Carnal Cryptids East Coast they have monster forms. One of them is the Champ, who is the Nessie like creature that lives in Lake Champlain in Vermont, and the Jersey Devil and Mothman. Those are my 3 guys in my monster book. But yeah, the Monsterotica has my friend Cassie is the one who runs it. Unfortunate Reads. She is also the co-writer on Push and Cushions. So she and I wrote the J.D. Vance adjacent couch fucking story without a happy ending because we couldn't give him a happy ending.
That's what that book is about.
Yeah, it's a guy who fucks a couch and the couch fucks him right back. So yeah, we wrote it in 48 hours.
As you
fast.
Monsterotica is sold out, though, I will tell you. The only way you're going to get a ticket is on the secondhand market because we sold out in 3.5 minutes this year. 530 tickets.
There's a
So-
market for that.
Yeah.
I need to write
Cool.
a monster erotica book then.
Yeah,
Get
get
on
on
some of
Steven.
that cheddar.
Get on top.
Very,
yeah,
very popular.
obviously.
Squammy, you want to sing us out? Or read us out, rather?
Read us out. Thank you. No, I'm not going to sing us today. I'm exhausted. That's not going to happen.
Aw.
Thank you, Vera, for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
for all of those watching, please follow us on all our socials, and we now have a Patreon page that if you want to support us, that's probably the best way to do so because we like everybody and everything, and yeah, go follow us on all our socials: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snap. We still don't have a Snapchat. I try to do that every
Stop
time.
saying that.
Threads,
No, just forget
TikTok.
I'm never going to have a Snapchat. Okay, I'm not
You don't
5
want
years old.
Snapchat.
I have
You
a
don't
Snapchat.
want it.
I need to. You can apparently get paid well if you can get enough followers. I'm trying. So we're
You
getting
can get
there.
paid well if you make enough money. Like, okay.
You get paid in other people's dick pics. Don't do it, man. I'm on
haven't-
Snapchat,
I haven't got
and I
any,
get like
so-
2 a day. I can't.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been the podcast. Vera, usually we have at the end we have our guests say the word smash because that's our thing. So whenever you're ready, go for it.
Smash.